Well, it's Sunday morning, and I think we're going to go get some breakfast this morning. I'm kind of hungry for a good breakfast. Haven't had any for a while. I don't normally eat breakfast, so I'll take you along with me and give you a little tour of the area that I live in. Kind of see how I have to go to get to different places here in this area. So enjoy. Looks like we're going to have to get some gasoline, so we'll do that first. Department of Transportation Division office here, just down from the house. This is where they handle all the highway work and things. It's cut into different divisions. They've got 1, 2, 3, probably 4 or 5, I think, but not more than that probably. That's what that is. Looks like a school. If you didn't have the sign in front of it, you would easily mistake that for a school. Church here on the left. Okay, let's go ahead and get that gasoline. I'll be right back. Okay, got that gas now. So ready to continue the trip. I know you may be wondering what that noise is every time I start the car up. That's the radar detector up here. It cycles through its different, but this does like a sound check thing. tell you, $10 doesn't get you much gas these days with the way it's gone up so high. It's just at $3 a gallon now. I think I just paid $2.99 a gallon for gas. I've seen it higher some places, but this place I was at here, I always try to buy my gasoline there because it's usually the cheapest around. Flock of blackbirds there. Picking up the steering wheel. I've had the darndest time keeping the tires balanced on this car. So about every 10,000 miles I start getting a lot of vibration and things in here. It's due now for another tire rotation. A long trip that really gets annoying and tiring to constantly have the steering wheel vibrating. I never have really made videos about the subject, but one of my interests is old roads and highways and things, especially where major highways such as this one have been rerouted. And I'm going to start getting into making videos about that. The only thing that's getting me from it is I have to make a good video. I'm going to have to interject some old historical maps and things like that, so it's not quite that easy to make a good video on that subject. So I will be getting into that, but I'll start off to make a little note here where we're going. This is the Tennessee River we're about to cross here. And originally there was an older bridge built in 1929 here that was just to the right of the bridge that we're about to cross here. It kind of angled off here somewhat, but that's where it was. And this bridge is a replacement, of course. This was built about 10 years ago. And the other bridge that you see, you may be able to see it to the left over here, that bridge is about 32 years old. The original bridge here was one of these cantilever type bridges, a very narrow bridge, and they actually ran two opposing lanes on that bridge for years and years until this one was built. But you can see here, you can see some of the evidence of the old roadway where it was here on the right. This is kind of an unusual situation here, the way this is laid out. This main highway runs right through the center of the town here, and you come in to town at 60 miles an hour, and then you just abruptly have to pile the brakes on and get your speed down because the speed limit turns to 35 going through town here. And since this town is essentially on a peninsula, there's no real way to bypass this. They just undertook a large renovation project here. You may be able to see there's some different kind of lighting that's up. They put new lights up. They moved all the utilities to the alleyway back behind the stores, and put new sidewalks in, and they've put new crosswalks in. They look like actual brick crosswalks. Maybe you can see that here, but these are not actual brick. These are I guess it's just like a resin type of a applique, I guess you would call it. I think that's the word for it. And my brother with the Dodge Dart, he is just itching to come leave black marks on this, but he's afraid that he'll get caught if he does that. So, also this town here that I live outside of, it's kind of strange because there's two different distinct sections to it. We just went through the north part of the town, which is obviously called North Town, and then we run into a residential area here, a residential band, I guess you'd refer to it as. Several nice older houses, a large church here. I think if that's the Church of Christ. Yeah, it is. I went to a daycare there when I was about 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old. Presbyterian church here on the left. Large church here on the right is the First Baptist. The one on the left is the Catholic church. This First Baptist church had to be rebuilt about 8 or 9 years ago. It burned. The original sanctuary burned on it. And there's more very nice older homes here in this area. See, we're getting back into the kind of commercial area. This is what's referred to as South Town, as opposed to North Town. They've built several large banks here. I always question how a town of 8,000 people can support so many banks. I guess there's money here that I don't know about. They have Walgreens here. This Walgreens is pretty new. It's probably not more than about a year old. Yeah, I got Domino's on the left. CVS Pharmacy on the left. KFC, which I never eat at because I don't eat chicken. I'm being tight. Then we have the fast food, which I don't eat fast food either because it's just terrible, terrible, terrible food. Wendy's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, there's a Huddle House, there's Arby's on the right, Burger King. I remember when they built this Burger King because I walked in and ordered a Big Mac one time by mistake after they were first opened. Here on the left here, there's a little place. That's where the Malibu came from. That's where I bought it at. A little title on the place. Subway here. Regions Bank, another huge bank. Sonic, Waffle House. There's a motel here on the left. This used to be for years and years was a Holiday Inn, but it's changed over to a Best Western Plus now. There's no motel here on the right. It's been here probably 60 years. It's the only original motel. Well, there's actually two of them. I'll take that back. There's another one that's down the highway down here the other way. I guess those will be the only two that are still here from back then. They're in the process of putting in these concrete power poles here. So for about the past 2 weeks, every morning I've had to go through a one-lane traffic thing here. Now we cross the lake here. This is the lake that surrounds this peninsula. It's Guntersville Lake. Right, we have a Hampton Inn, we have a Japanese Steakhouse, Pizza Hut on the right. It's a great motel. There's a strip shopping center over here, has a Big Lots and a grocery store. This is a high school on the right. That's the high school I went to. There's a Crystal here. Now we're going up the mountain. This actually is a new alignment. This highway here that we're on was built new in 1955 to replace the old highway, which is still here, but it's down below us on the right. It kind of snakes its way up the mountain. We'll take a drive down there one day, take a look at that. But from Huntsville south to Gadsden, Alabama, this whole entire highway was realigned for the most part. Because back then it was just a very, very dangerous highway, very But I don't even think it qualifies as a highway, it's just a road. This is still actually technically part of the city that we just came through, but it's unusual. It's located on top of this mountain now. This is a pretty long mountain. We'll stay on it for, if we were to continue south, we would stay on it for another 20 miles or so. Bars and things like that up here, which I have no interest in. Chevrolet dealerships here on the left. Also have an Applebee's and a Charlie's and a Chick-fil-A, and then our Walmart is here on the right, Walmart Supercenter. So anytime that I have to come to Walmart, I have to drive all the way here up the mountain, so it's kind of a pain. I mean, we're going to be going to Cracker Barrel to eat our breakfast, so it's a good place to eat. I haven't had breakfast from there, as I said, in quite a while. So hope it's not too crowded. It's not looking good. Well, I don't know. It's pretty crowded. I don't see anyone outside, so that's a good sign. Okay, well, we're here, so time to go eat. So I hope you enjoyed the little road trip, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.